Hello everybody, and welcome to another reaction video. And today we're going to revisit Ghostemane. Now, first time I listened to Ghostemane, I was not particularly impressed. I didn't particularly like his vocal style. I didn't like the sound of the, I didn't like the sound of his voice very much. I wasn't overly fond of it. But as I've always said, I will never judge an artist or a band just by a singular example of their music. I need multiple sources to get an all-around idea of what they're like, and maybe the specific track I first checked out might have been the worst one. So today we're checking out a track called Mercury, Retrograde, which I've been told by someone was their favourite track by them. They similarly to me weren't overly fond of the track that I first reacted to, but they said Mercury was a good track. Now, tried to do a little bit of research on it, and all I came across was the title of the track is based off of the astrological notion of the Mercury. Oh my God, I cannot talk. The Mercury retrograde period, in which all things linked to the god Mercury, i.e., communication devices and travel, don't go according to plan. And interestingly enough, the year that the song was released was a Mercury retrograde period. So. Apparently the song is also a response to disses from other artists called Shama Posse, specifically someone by the name of Nemesis, spelt with $2 and a 1, who made a diss called Ghost Lame. So apparently it's a response to that as well. See, this is one thing I don't like about hip-hop, is like the whole back and forward sitting there insulting each other. What is the point? I mean, do you really see that in metal? You don't often hear metal bands writing songs about members of other metal bands, just to bitch them out because they're having a bit of an argument or they don't agree on something. You never see it, so why bother? I mean, I know a lot of hip-hop underground started with rap battles and stuff like that, but is this really necessary? Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox there. So, anyway, I can't imagine this is going to be a particularly deep song, but like I said, I always want to give artists multiple goes to see what they're like, so yeah, I'll leave a link to the original video in the description below, as I do normally, and we'll see where this goes. So we've got Mercury by Ghostemane. Let's get on with it.
Recently I just don't give a fuck about
Unfortunately, my opinion still stands from the first track. I really do not like his style. I don't like the sound of his voice. I don't like the way he sings. And I mean, whilst it says that the song is supposed to be talking about like how communications, travels and devices aren't working, there isn't a single thing in the lyrics so far that's even come close to mentioning it. It is literally just him going on about how much he doesn't care about this person that apparently dissed him. I mean, the first lines of the track are: ask me if I give a f*** about a diss, ask me if I give a f*** about a click, yeah, ask me if I give a f*** about fame, yeah, recently I don't give a f*** about a thing, yeah. So it's like, he's basically saying, like, you can say whatever you want about me, I don't bloody care. You can say whatever you want about me, I'm not particularly interested. Although he's saying, you know, he doesn't give a f*** about a diss, yet here he is replying to one with a diss of his own. So obviously he does bloody care about it. And he just goes on, I just decided by the grace of the god Poseidon that you're dead to me, and I dug a hole for you to lie in. I'm sick and disowning all the moments and the key components that led me to follow hollow promises from empty monads. I don't even know what that is. So he's basically like, you know, I'm digging you a hole. So he's like, I'm going to bury you for, you know, dissing me. And he's sort of, I'm disowning all the moments. So he's like, I'm fed up of it. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm removing myself from this whole thing. Just leave me alone. Like I said, it's not a particularly deep track. It's just him. It's just an argument between two people. That's basically it. And I'm really not particularly fond of the artist. Can't say the track is particularly good either. And it's got nothing to do with what the actual description of the song said. You know, doesn't mention anything about what the description was. So anyway, we'll carry on.
Ask me if I give a fuck about it, yes. Ask me if I give a fuck about it, yeah. Ask me if I give a fuck about fame, yeah. Recently I just don't give a fuck about it, yeah. Ask me if I give a fuck about it, yes. Ask me if I give a fuck about it, yeah. Ask me if I give a fuck about fame, yeah. Recently I just don't give a fuck about it, yeah.
Was that it? That was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. So, yeah. Well, it's only 2 minutes 5. I didn't realise that. It's basically just him having an argument with somebody who started an argument with him, and it's not particularly deep. It's not particularly interesting. Didn't like it at all. Not fond of him as an artist. I probably won't revisit him again. I mean, this track and the first track I heard were pretty much of a muchness. They were very similar. I think the most interesting thing about that track was the video. Yeah, it's not very often that I'll turn around and say, you know, I really don't like it, can't stand it, I'm not going to listen to it again. But I think this is one of those cases where I probably will not revisit it again, unless there is one specifically spectacular track that anybody can tell me about. I really don't think I'm going to bother checking any of his other stuff, because I'm thoroughly not impressed. Don't like his voice, don't like his style. He should have stuck to playing bass guitar for metal bands, I think, because his hip-hop / rap career is just naff. I don't like it, you know. He was probably better at playing guitar than he is at rapping. I mean, I've got to give him credit, you know, singing like that, you know, it's quite difficult, especially when you're doing the really fast parts, but overall, just rubbish. And you know, that's my personal opinion. Some people out there like it, I'm sure, but for me it's definitely not worth bothering with. Anyway, I'll leave that as it is. If anybody wants to suggest any tracks for me to check out, please do so by all means. Drop a comment below, or message me on Instagram. It has been suggested to me that I should maybe check out more hip hop / mainstream music, because most YouTube reaction channels are people who listen to hip hop reacting to metal, and there isn't much of the opposite. You know, not many people listening to metal listening to hip hop. So, you know, maybe it would suggest me, like, maybe, you know, it'd be good to investigate that a bit more. I have reacted to hip hop tracks in the past, but, you know, maybe sort of expand it a bit. I have other hip hop tracks to react to in the future, but, you know, maybe a little bit more, a nice wide coverage of different artists, maybe. But yeah, we'll leave that as it is. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Everything breathes and I can see my breath, so right now I'm breathing, but I got no pulse. I just wanted to leave, but my heart ain't beating. I'm gonna get back to the back.